Hi, I'm Beckett from Courtside Sports, and today we're pitting two of the best 98 against each other, the Yonex EZONE 98 and the Yonex VCORE 98. So the VCORE 98 is finally here. It's been a while, I feel like, since we've seen the update. I used the VCORE 95 for the past couple of years. I've loved it. So of course the 98 is going to be a serious question mark for me. I want to see how that line evolved. On the other hand, the EZONE 98 has been one of my favorite 98s this year and one of my favorite rackets, period. So just like normal, we're gonna jump right into the scores to see how these rackets stack up against each other. So first up is power. For the VCORE, I gave it a score of 8.5, and that beats out the EZONE's score of 7. The EZONE is forgiving and it does give you power, but the lower swing weight makes you have to work a little bit harder for it and get your swing speed up to deliver those putaways, whereas the VCORE has that little higher bit of swing weight, even though the masses are the same on these, both 305 grams. That higher swing weight really helps you punish the ball and put them away on approaches. Now, next category is spin, and you know the VCORE is going to win this category. This line is designed for spin. It's one of I think, the best spin lines of any of the racket brands. So the VCORE is going to get a score of 8 out of 10, very solid, high performing, versus the EZONE 7. Now, I didn't think the VCORE was an absolute spin monster. I think some of the 100 score inch rackets are going to deliver better spin, like the Pure Arrow. And the reason why it doesn't get super high score like the Extreme Tour was that I didn't get that same spin on slices, but the spin was definitely there on the top spin. So kind of caps out at 8 because its spin was limited in terms of versatility. The EZONE is 7. It's not designed for spin, this EZONE. It does give you access to spin, and that lower swing weight lets you whip across the ball. I like the EZONE better on my slices for spin, for sure. The top spin, I just wasn't getting as much top spin as I was with the VCORE, so it gets a score of 7. Now, with stability, it was so close. I don't think I could pick a winner here. They both got a score of 8. EZONE 8, VCORE 8. Now, I think the reason is the EZONE has such an efficient beam design. It feels so stable on contact, even though it has 305 weight and a lower swing weight. I was playing with some pretty hard hitters, D1 college level players, and the EZONE can stand up to those forehands, which no other racket of this swing weight can stand up to that kind of power. The VCORE used its weight to hit through the ball, but I don't think the design of the beam is as efficient as the EZONE. So I think those factors kind of even each other out. They're both very stable. I didn't feel like I needed to add weight to get good playability out of either of them, and that's always a good sign of a strong, stable racket. So control, here's where we're going to see the EZONE really push its nose ahead of the VCORE. So the VCORE, I'm giving a score of 6 to the EZONE's 9. That 9 is really impressive. I felt like on almost every shot I had the confidence to swing after the ball and push my swing speed to the limit to get the most out of the racket. Whereas the VCORE has that very open 16-19 string pattern, which is amazing for top spin, but it can launch balls a little bit if you're not prepared to compensate with spin for that. And there were times where I wanted to really lean in and rip a forehand, and I would just push it a couple of feet long. The last category is feel. Now, I love the Yonex feel. I think they feel so solid. But again, the EZONE just gets top marks. The 9, I love the feel on the EZONE. I feel like I can hit an amazing drop shot at will with these rackets. It's not true, but I feel like I can, and that's what counts on court, that confidence. The VCORE feels a little bit more muted, feels similar to a Pure Strike, but it's maybe not as cushioned. It's a bit more direct feeling than a Pure Strike. Both rackets were solid. My preference is for the EZONE. I like the control and feel aspects, but if you're more of a power dominate the baseline type of player, you're gonna really like the VCORE. If you're cross-shopping with the Babolat Pure Strike, you need to try the VCORE 98. This VCORE 98 is one of the best competitors to that Babolat Pure Strike. They both give you strong power, great spin, but a very high control to power ratio, which is not something you get in all rackets. There's a lot of the time you get more of a trade-off, but here it's quite close. So if you have any questions about either of these rackets, you want some comparisons to anything else, leave a comment down below. I'll be there as soon as I can to chat with you. You know you can pick either of these rackets up at www.courtsidesports.com, and you're going to want to meet us on Instagram at Courtside Sports for some more updates. I'll respond to direct messages on there as well. Anyway, leave me your thoughts on these two rackets down below. I'd like to hear what your experiences were with them as well. I'm Beckett from Courtside Sports, and we'll see you next time.